Traffic on the busy M1 in South Yorkshire is relentless, day and night. It's Britain's busiest motorway. Over 120,000 cars and lorries use the 27-mile stretch through the county every day. Serious road accidents are all too common, especially after dark. Tonight's no exception. North of Sheffield, a car has hit the central barriers and spun off onto the hard shoulder. Ambulance and fire workers are picking up the pieces. Fortunately, no one is injured.
Simon, let's get sorted, mate. Simon, come on.
The driver has clearly been drinking.
Mate, look.
Traffic cop PC Singh is trying to arrest him.
That ain't my car, man.
All right, mate, come on. Come on,
I
mate.
don't drive, yeah. Today, like, no.
But this is not straightforward. The man is claiming he wasn't driving the car. It was someone else.
You're having a joke, yeah?
No, mate, I ain't a joke. You don't behave yourself. You're under arrest.
How am I not behaving myself?
You're under arrest, mate. Get in, come on. Put your legs in.
Singh must detain the man while he confirms who was driving and what happened.
Yeah, I'd cuff him, definitely. Section 4, OPL. He's overtook 2 vehicles at speed. He's gone past those vehicles, hit the central reservation, bounced off and ended up where he is here. He's then attempted to run away from the vehicle and he's been dragged back to the vehicle by passers-by who've seen what's happened.
Just round that corner there.
It was a narrow escape for the drink driver and a motorway maintenance gang who were working nearby.
We were doing a lane closure. We were putting the cones out, lane closure. We seen it happen. 5 more minutes and they got us. We were standing there. So, yeah.
But Singh still needs proof that the man detained was driving the car. He's in luck. Officers have found another witness who saw the whole thing.
They didn't run away, there was no one else in the car, and he can confirm that because he remembers him overtaking him, driving very fast.
And who can identify the man driving the car when it crashed.
Is that the man sat in the back of the car you saw get out of the vehicle?
Yes.
It's what PC Singh was hoping for.
Listen, you're nicked, you stay in the car, you ain't getting out, yeah?
We do have a problem with driving whilst over the prescribed limit with alcohol, not just South Yorkshire but nationally, and the public sometimes don't see the consequences of their driving and what it can lead to, which is basically death and imprisonment for them.
Drink drivers are an all too common occurrence on South Yorkshire's streets. Over 1,500 drink drivers were arrested in the county last year, but many more get away with it. Taking them off the streets is a priority for the traffic cops. It's 10 p.m. at Traffic Cop HQ. The night shift is just coming on.
Is that my with all my stuff in it?
PC Lynn Robbins is one of only a few women officers in the department.
There's only a handful of females, and I mean you could count them on one hand and still have some fingers spare, but I think that's countrywide really.
So I reckon if you put a bra on with some socks in and a wig. My name's Katrina and I'm in traffic.
I think it's quite difficult being in an all-male department. You feel like you have to try and fit in and be one of the lads sometimes.
It's going to need about 3 pairs of normal ones or a big pair of hiking woolly socks. You need it to be at least a D cup.
My mum thinks I should be at home baking pies. My husband, he's quite happy for me to be happy whatever I'm doing.
There's just something about the night time which makes you feel a bit more vulnerable. Probably less people about, and if something were to happen, you might not get any help.
For the next 10 hours, PC Robbins will patrol the highways and byways of South Yorkshire, alone. Meanwhile, at Rotherham's Main Street police station, the man who says he wasn't driving the car which crashed on the M1 is in a bad way.
A deep lung full of air, I'll tell you when to stop. No. Round the tube, there.
All right, tell me that.
That's it, keep blowing. Whoa, keep blowing. Good man.
Oh, fucking hell.
If he was driving the car, the arrested man is in big trouble.
Can I see my solicitor yet?
125 and the lowest one is 119.
Yeah. Well,
That's,
I wasn't driving anyway, so...
What's that? 4 times
I
over
don't know.
limit?
I don't know. Was I driving the vehicle, was I? No, I wasn't.
I'm satisfied
No,
that you
I
were.
wasn't. Okay, you're satisfied. Like, he's satisfied I was, yeah. The car, like, smashed over on the motorway. He's satisfied that he was, yeah. Can I speak to my solicitor then?
Because I've spoken to the guy who saw you get out
I
of the
don't
car.
know, yeah, well, go and speak to him then. Go and speak to him. Can I speak to my solicitor then, please? You're probably, like, saving me from getting a beating here, do you know what I mean?
Also on duty tonight is PC Tim Scothen, the traffic cop who specialises in catching dangerous drivers.
It's a lovely chap you found.
It's not mine, it's Ike's.
It's not.
It's not Axe, Axe gone home.
Axe gone on, mate.
Wait there a minute while he's filled that form in.
Yeah, but I'll pay for a cab to get home.
You're not going nowhere.
Why not?
Because you're stopping with us.
Yeah, but do you see the sense in that?
He's so drunk that the traffic cops are unable to properly question him.
He's done the breath test. He's blown 125, which is 60. No, it's 4 times the legal limit. So we can't do anything else with him until he's blown under. So he's going to be with us probably until about lunchtime before they could even interview him or even speak to him.
Well, look, get this video camera here then. Yeah, look, let's have a video then.
So that is pure drink talking. He just thinks he knows it all. He thinks he knows how the police works, and he's going to have his say no matter what.
Just outside Sheffield, PC Robbins has her first job of the night, a stakeout.
Time back, Charlie 4, go ahead.
Waiting for yet another drink driver. An informer has told the traffic cops about a motorist who has been drinking heavily. The man is headed Robbins' way in a white car.
And as soon as I see the bonnet and it's a white one, we're going to move. That was ours.
As she starts to follow, she knows she's outnumbered. The suspected drunk driver has a male passenger who's also been drinking. Her biggest worry is that they stop and make a run for it.
This lad's going to dump this car.
As the car turns off the main road into a dark side street, Robbins realises she must confront her worst fears.
I wouldn't say I'm tough now. And when I do stop cars and I think there's something going to happen, I'm like anybody else. My heart's jumping out my chest. I'm really frightened inside.
Right, do you want to just come and take a seat in my car, please? Is it your car, did you say?
No, it's not my car.
It's not his car. What's your name, please?
Win.
Right, do you want to come take a seat in back there, please? Right. Whose car is it now?
It's his car.
Right, it's his car. What's his name, please? Right. Have you had a drink tonight?
I have, yeah.
Yeah. Have you both had a drink? So I can smell it quite strongly in your car. Okay. What I'm going to do before we go any further and ask you to produce your documents is that I'm going to breathalyse you. Okay? I'm turning the machine on in your own time. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. That's it. Thank you. As you can see, it's gone straight to red glint. Can you see there?
Yeah.
So at this stage, I'm arresting you on suspicion of driving whilst over the prescribed limit.
But now, the drunk passenger wants something from PC Robbins.
Anything you do say may be given evidence. Just wait there.
Any chance you can turn these lights?
Oh yeah, no problem. Okay.
The
Yeah,
lights
okay.
are making him dizzy, but PC Robbins is taking no chances.
No, I'm going to place handcuffs on you. They're not going to be tight and they're going to be to front.
This man is harmless and causing no trouble, but all traffic cops know the dangers they face when policing alone. Assistance doesn't always come fast enough. South Yorkshire is a hotbed for motorists and criminals who do not want to get caught by the police. And when darkness falls in this part of Britain, for the traffic cops, the going gets tough.
Just calm down and shut up! Do not grab me when I'm trying to be friendly. You strangled me, I'm suing you for that, you know. I hope you know I'm suing you for that.
There is more dangers for officers that are single-crewed. So if they do stop a member of the public who turns violent on them, then they're on their own initially while assistance comes to them.
It's 1 a.m. In Sheffield, PC Tim Scothen is on patrol. He's looking for trouble.
I'm a very proactive person. I like to be out there finding people as and committing the crimes rather than picking up the pieces at the end of the day.
Scothen is targeting Sheffield's inner city housing estates. This is where he likes to get up close and personal with people who like to drive around in the middle of the night.
One of my tactics is to follow the vehicles to see if they make a first move.
It doesn't take long. A young man in a white car who doesn't want Scothen on his tail. He's accelerating away, fast.
This one, take a match, Charlie 4. Room all, white Audi 80 Coupe on Exeter Place.
The young man is out and running.
Failed to stop, one in running to the flats. It was an absolute whippet. He stopped the car and he'd got a little bit of a head start on me. And he got out the car rapidly and run. I've never seen anyone run that quick. But when I come round the first corner, it was literally out of sight. Excess from taking them out Charlie 4.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we've had an abandonment. We've got a white Audi 80 Coupe. We've got one person abandoned from the vehicle. Black, 5'6", 18 years old, wearing a red vest. He's gone into the Exeter Place flats themselves. I've not pursued it this time, have I?
While Scothen waits for help to arrive, PC Robbins is back on the road, also after a driver who doesn't want to stop for blue lights.
Have the vehicle in view.
The car has been driven from Nottinghamshire and police officers from 2 counties have been chasing it all night. Robbins has it in her sights. She's determined not to let it get away.
Yes, I'm behind the vehicle.
Up ahead, another traffic car is trying to force the driver to stop.
Yes, the vehicle's overtook the traffic bill.
He was just mad in the car. He was veering all over the road, just trying to stop anything from passing him. And he knew that we were all there. He'd got like 4 traffic cars behind him, all with flashing lights, with the sirens on, but he still didn't stop.
Check 99.
800 feet up, South Yorkshire's police helicopter Sierra Yankee 99 is following the pursuit. And sending its video footage back to Police HQ, where officers on the ground will control the chase.
Sierra Yankee 99, can you keep up the commentary?
It's East Portry Road, 99.
The presence of the helicopter appears to spur the driver on, to make him go even faster.
He's going through red lights, he's going around islands at the wrong side of the road, and any person who's just driving along going home, he hits them, it's going to cause a major accident.
We've gone down the wrong side of the dual carriageway.
The car is now on the wrong side of the road. In this part of the city the roads are quiet, but that will soon change if the driver manages to get to the centre of Sheffield.
Every time he approached the junction, my heart skipped a beat. And when he got through that junction, I was quite thankful he got through it. I don't think he really knew where he was going. I think he was just going to keep going till he either crashed or ran out of petrol.
As the chase heads into town, PC Scothen is still tied up with the search for the young man who ran off from the car he was chasing.
Yeah, so they've been shouting me?
What, sorry?
Have they been trying to shout me?
No, I didn't hear.
Oh, sorry, I've got to tell me Pete.
It was an Audi. Just a white Audi and somebody's bailed out.
Yeah, we've got a black lad, about 18-year-old, wearing the old vest.
Well, we'll go down that way, we'll start.
Okay, I mean, we're 10 minutes in. So, to incident, so it couldn't get anywhere. But yeah.
Right, cheers.
Thanks very much.
Scothen knows there's little chance of finding the driver now, but he suspects this is not a simple joyriding incident.
There's lots of reasons why someone could be running away from the car. There's could be disqualified, even though it's got the keys, doesn't mean say it's not stolen.
The answer soon becomes clear.
Heavy smell of cannabis in the car. You can see that. It's quite a large cannabis bush. He's in a nice little box that's supposed to have some Kodak pictures. There's a set of scales weighing drugs. We've obviously clearly got our drugs dealer here that's decided to run, having some drugs on board. So it may have had. It's obviously got some some bush on his person on the car, so he may have had some Class A with him because he wouldn't measure a bit of bush by the scales. It's an area basically just outside the town centre. It is notorious. We have a lot of dealing and a lot of violent street crime, so it's quite notorious for those offences being committed.
The car being chased by PC Robbins and a posse of police cars is nearing the heart of Sheffield. The driver is still taking chances. The helicopter is still overhead.
9-9.
And the traffic cops have had enough.
Authority for TPAC has been granted.
So they've decided to stop the chase by surrounding the stolen car with patrol cars and gradually bringing it to a halt.
9-9, the road is clear all the way to the parkway.
Not easy. It isn't working, and the traffic cops are running out of time. Less than half a mile to the city centre.
There is certain times when you would call the pursuit off because of the just the sheer danger of it all. But having said that, if you don't stop that car, it could still carry on and cause a major accident.
9-9 approaching the junction with the Sheffield Parkway.
But their luck has changed. The driver's heading back towards the M1.
He's gone straight across the roundabout. And he's taken a left onto the Sheffield Parkway towards the motorway.
Yeah, we needed extreme measures by this time. The pursuit had been going on quite a long time. He was obviously taking every step to try and avoid being caught.
Stand by, he's done a U-turn, he's the wrong way on the Sheffield Parkway, and it's a stop.
Once he starts venturing down a dual carriageway on the wrong side of the road, then it's just a catastrophe waiting to happen, so he had to be stopped.
Ramming stolen cars is not usual police procedure. But this time the traffic cops had no choice. The reckless driver turned into the chasing patrol car. In the back of the stolen car were two young women. They're shaken but unhurt. Their driver, a 38-year-old with a history of car theft, has already left the scene in the back of a police car for further questioning.
It was just like a circus, really. And we just pulled them out and handcuffed them. We didn't know what they'd got on them.
20 miles north of Sheffield, near Barnsley, two more South Yorkshire traffic cops are in a hot pursuit. PC Glenn Hodgson and John Weatherall are chasing a police patrol car which is pursuing a motorbike which has failed to stop, even though it hasn't been reported stolen.
Speed 50, speed.
On the back of the bike is a pillion passenger, a woman. The speeds aren't high, but one slip and the biker and his girlfriend could end up under the wheels of a police car.
Left, he's turning at the front.
Even with two on the bike, the traffic cops are having difficulty keeping up.
One or two occasions where he nearly left me. He was not stopping for the police. No way.
We are now going right towards Kegsborough.
My job is to drive the car, obviously, and my partner, he is telling other people, other units, where we are travelling and where we think this vehicle is travelling to.
The police helicopter is still south of Sheffield, unable to help. For now.
Left. Lights off, Cooper Road.
This time they must manage without air support.
Right, clear.
It's fast becoming clear that the biker has thrown caution to the wind and is now going flat out, with no regard for the well-being of his fellow passenger.
Lights off, speed 50. I don't know if you're aware, the passenger seems to be a female, long blonde hair.
Normally traffic cops hate speed bumps, so-called sleeping policemen, but this time they are helping. The estate they are in has them, and the bike is taking a terrible beating. West Yorkshire police have sent their helicopter to help out. It's arrived and has the chase on tape.
As soon as the helicopter's on it, that's it. Forget it, he's going nowhere. And I was surprised at that point that he didn't stop, because they usually do, because at that point, it's game over.
This rider doesn't know the meaning of game over. He has a plan. Go off-road, head for the trees and leave the traffic cops and their chopper far behind.
gonna lose him.
I knew where it was going. There are some big wooden bollards, and he could ride through these. And I knew once he got in there that I couldn't get through it.
Into the park, can't follow.
As the bike goes into the woods undercover, only the helicopter stands a chance of catching them. But back in Sheffield, there's another drama involving drivers who drink and drive. A car has crashed into a ravine. The ravine is 20 feet deep and finding the driver is a priority. PC Robbins is investigating.
A taxi driver's seen this car come down this road here, go straight across this road, go straight through those bushes, and it's a sheer drop into a ravine below, and we haven't got a driver as yet.
Rescue teams are already searching, but there's no immediate sign of the driver, and the car hasn't been reported stolen.
You can see officers searching down there for the driver, who has got to be injured.
The first thing you think is somebody's being actually thrown from this car and they're somewhere in the woods, you know, with bad injuries.
He's obviously definitely lost control, come down at speed, he could be drunk, he could be asleep, a number of things really.
My heart was pounding thinking, you know, am I going to come across somebody in bushes, you know, in bits, and it's awful. You're in pitch black, the car's an absolute mess, but there's nobody with it, and you think nobody could possibly walk away from this.
While the rescue teams continue to search for the driver, PC Robbins looks for clues to who owns the car.
The licence plate will be on the back if it's still intact. I can't see. You see that here there's no ignition damage to say it's been stolen. What a mess.
Trying to get eyes on, we can't get any more.
In Barnsley, the police helicopter has managed to find the bikers in the wood. They're still going, and now the traffic cops have got them in their sights again too.
Yeah, we're still in at the park. Back towards possibly Kerrisforth Hill Road area. Yes, back towards the general direction of Kerrisforth Road. He's just tried to exit at Worsborough Common side. We've blocked him off.
Trees and cars do not get along, and the traffic cops know this chase can only end one way: them stopping.
Yeah, bike's been abandoned.
But just when it seems all is lost, the bikers also give up and make a run for it.
We've not got sight of it, it's under the trees at the moment.
But finding them is proving difficult. Even the chopper's sophisticated heat-seeking camera is having trouble picking them up. On the ground, the traffic cops are gathering. PC Scotland is now on the case and determined to lend a hand.
I could hear where everybody else was going, so I decided to pick the best point to where I think would cover that area and would get a good chance of catching that person.
I'm going to get a car.
Police dogs are there too.
Yeah, X899, there is a dog down there. Can I suggest you put him in the bushes at the earliest opportunity?
I'm on Natural Road and I'm waving my left arm.
We've got you on thermal, we can see you waving your arm into the park area. We'll have a look round. We tracked it all the way to where it was abandoned. Let's see what we can see.
In the bushes, PC Hodgson has got lucky. He's found the motorbike. They didn't dump it, they crashed.
So this is the bike that we've been pursuing. It's a GSX 600 Suzuki. He's ridden into this copse and he's gone straight into this tree.
And he's also found the pillion passenger, the blonde girlfriend. PC Scotland has hard evidence as well, the biker's crash helmet.
No, but helmet's just here, so he's obviously bobbed straight up fence.
Something the dogs can get a scent from. This isn't what Scotland wanted. He's afraid of police dogs.
I'm not a dog fan.
I like dogs, I just don't like police dogs. Police dogs are designed to, as far as I'm concerned, to bite people and to sniff out tracks. And when they're in job mode, as I call it, I stay as far away as police dogs as possible.
Staying as far away as possible is also the aim of the runaway biker. In Sheffield, the traffic cops are also drawing a blank. The driver of the car which crashed into the ravine hasn't been found, and PC Robbins is halfway up a tree.
You've got to laugh, haven't you? The things you do because of other people. You've got to do it. It's our job, unfortunately. But it's all interesting stuff. The interesting bit is trying to get out of here without falling down and without anybody seeing you.
But as the car hasn't been reported stolen, police inquiries will now turn towards its owner, a man who lives not far from the scene of the crash.
We're just going to see where he lives in relation to this road here, because the accident's probably happened about 15 minutes before we've actually got to it. See if it's given him time to get home.
Cup of tea time, I think.
Definitely, for you and I.
Definitely.
Good night, bye.
See ya.
District officers went to the keeper's home address to speak to him, where he was obviously drunk and he'd got fresh injuries he couldn't account for. Obviously, it's not rocket science to put two and two together and think, well, perhaps this man was the driver at the time, and the reason that he's crashed is that he's drunk.
20 miles north, the case of the fugitive biker is also drawing to a conclusion. For once, PC Scothen has overcome his fear of police dogs.
We decided to throw the dog over the fence and let it search around that particular area. It got a strong scent from the helmet, and as soon as it found that, it was off in the direction of some further trees 100 metres into the field.
The helicopter's heat-seeking camera is also starting to get results, and its powerful searchlight is helping.
Yeah, we've got the night sun on it. Night sun's roughly on the location you want to help the dogman.
A man has been found in the undergrowth, but refuses to come quietly.
Yeah, I think there's another officer about to join him. Another officer's just run up to him. I think he's getting some help any second.
Listen.
Scothen is there, and using the power of his new best friend.
If you move, he'll set the dog back on you. Do you understand you?
The dog was having a good bark at him and a gnarl. He was very frightened of that dog, so we threatened him with the dog to, if we don't get the cuffs on and comply, he would be speaking to the dog.
Yeah, it's 9 Foxtrot Golf 1. Yeah, it's the plan comes together.
But there's a twist to this tale. The man in handcuffs says he's no idea why he's been arrested.
I think it's a fair say to say that you're being arrested for suspect theft of a motorcycle.
He was saying, I don't know what you're talking about, I've been sleeping here all night. It was hot, he'd got bike gear on, we'd found the helmet close to him.
Best way to get him out.
And he eventually admitted that it was the rider of the bike.
The biker confessed he was failing to stop because he had no insurance and no licence. The drunken driver of the car which crashed on the M1 was found guilty of drink driving. He was banned for 30 months and sentenced to 100 hours community service. And the car driver who was chased by police into the centre of Sheffield was jailed for 18 months. South Yorkshire has one of the worst car crime rates in the country. 30 cars are stolen or taken without their owner's consent each day in this part of Britain. Testing the skills of traffic cops like PC Scothen to the absolute limit, on and off the road.
We're through a small wooded area. We're back on roads. And we're on Mary Firth Close. Vehicle abandoned.
Most joyriding chases end like this, requiring cops like Scothen to be good runners as well as top drivers. The thieves are too quick for Scothen.
They knew where they were hiding and they got away, and for me that's incredibly frustrating.
Can you give us some space, kids? Come on.
They know this Sheffield housing estate, they live here, and stolen cars take them home where they can easily hide. Reinforcements have arrived, but it's too late. It doesn't take long for PC Scothen to confirm that this car has been stolen by people who knew what they were doing.
Make-up key.
They used their own false key.
It's not the real key for it, so it's supposed to have been jammed in. We'll catch him. We've got him on video, we'll get him.
4 miles away, another traffic cop, PC Steve Horton, has just started work. Horton's mission is to make the roads a safer place, and after 16 years in the job, he thinks he's seen everything. But the car waiting to pull out of the road on the left changes all of that. It's got something written on the windscreen.
The car behind us got writing on the windscreen.
And it's now overtaking him. Bold as brass, as they say in South Yorkshire.
I think it's obvious to anybody that should they get in the car and drive it on a road, on a busy road, with that amount of writing on the windscreen, it's obviously going to obscure the vision. there's a good chance that should the police see them, that they're going to get reported for an offence.
The car PC Horton stopped is from a local dealership. A salesman is out for a spin with a potential buyer who's at the wheel. The writing on the screen is the salesman's blurb.
You think it's really advisable to be allowing somebody to drive down the road with writing on windscreen that says new stock?
That's my fault, I've just started.
Unfortunately, this chap's driving it and he's responsible.
The salesman obviously has to take part responsibility, but at the end of the day, it's the driver that's driving the vehicle.
Would you like to just come and have a seat in my car for 2 seconds? I just need to have a speak to you about it.
He needs to have good vision through the windscreen, and as such he didn't have.
The reason I've stopped you is that, as you can see, what he's doing there is he's rubbing off.
Horton's using the police car's video camera to show what problems the salesman's having erasing the writing. In PC Horton's opinion, no driver can properly see the road ahead through the writing, and it's the driver who's in charge.
There's no way that you can tell me that driving down the road with the words new stock or new arrivals, valet at the bottom, in big 4-inch letters across the screen in orange crayon or whatever it is, you can't tell me that that's not distracted you from your driving.
Well, to be honest, right, it was only a short distance.
If it was your own car, would you take your kids out to school?
No, I wouldn't.
Right. Why? You tell me why.
Why? Well, because I would never have something like that on my windscreen.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what the reason is. The reason is that the windscreen is there for one reason alone, and that is to give you a full view of everything that's happening around you, not to distract you, right? You've got in front of your vision words, right? So you're actually trying to focus through those words onto pedestrians, vehicles that's driving about, right? And your eyes are going to be backwards and forwards. At the end of the day, the chap there, the salesman, should not have allowed that vehicle out on the road.
It's just new stock when it came in.
You are right. I mean, I have test-driven other vehicles.
Yeah.
And I probably haven't actually driven cars with such.
Right. Yeah, it's actually his fault, but unfortunately, as you're the driver, then you'll commit the offence. So what I'm going to do with it is deal with it by means of a fixed penalty ticket. Non-endorsable doesn't carry points, and it's a £30 fine. Now, whether this chap is good enough to reimburse you is entirely up to you.
My fault.
Back in Sheffield, PC Sculvin is watching the telly. His own movie of the chase.
The car's fitted with video equipment. I've got a nice clear TV screen in the front dashboard of the car. I was able to rewind the video and actually view the tape.
He knew where he was going to the point where he went through the park and cut through the real minor fencing. He actually thought that he could get the little micro through and I could get the big traffic car through. But when he realised I got mine through quite easily, he thought it would be he'd have as much chance on foot than he is in his car, because his little micro is going nowhere from me. He's just relying on using the small nooks and crannies in order to block me off. As you can see from where he goes over the fields here, he uses this small so he doesn't believe that I can get through it. Unfortunately for him, I can.
The video also allows Sculvin to ID the driver of the car, match of the day style, in slow-mo. But it doesn't help. Unusually, Sculvin doesn't recognise either of them.
I've never seen him before. A real youngish sort of looking kid.
In Rotherham, PC Horton's decided to turn his attention to the salesman who let his potential buyer drive the car with the writing on the windscreen.
I'm not going to trouble you for your documents, okay?
Cheers.
They'll be obviously insured. It doesn't require an MOT, and I've no doubt a chap of your standing will have a driving licence.
All right, well, lesson learned. And,
yeah, well, I'm just going to have a word with this chap here as well. Thank you very much.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I don't think the driver of the vehicle will certainly do it again. Should something happen and your vision's obscured because of it, he's looking at a more serious offence.
Once more into the back seat of the traffic cop's car.
All right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I've dealt with him by means of a fixed penalty ticket, okay, for using a vehicle with the windscreen not as prescribed, okay? In other words, there's nothing should be on the windscreen that's going to obstruct or distract the driver from his attention, okay? And that was just, well, it were obvious. I mean, how you've allowed the chap to drive with those words all across the front, and it's not even at that side, is it? It's in front of his eyes.
It's my fault. It's totally inexperienced officer.
Right. Unfortunately, is dropped for a non-endorsable fixed motor ticket, which is £30. It's up to you what you do with that £30, but it's down to him to pay it.
I'll have a word with the people when I go back.
Well, at the end of the day, he's at fault. He's driven it. He could have turned around to you and said, "I'm not happy with that. Wipe it off."
PC Scothen's on the move again in a Sheffield housing estate. Not on the lookout for drivers who are breaking the traffic laws, but for kids who are stealing cars for fun, like those he has just chased and lost.
A lot of colleagues in this department tend to be more orientated towards road safety, speed enforcement, etc. My game has always been to hunt out stolen vehicles, car crime, etc.
There's a kid up ahead. No, not a joyrider, Billy the Kid. A goat.
A goat in the middle of the Arborthorn.
PC Scothen also thought he'd seen everything.
You're kidding. I'm not catching no goat.
What? Come on.
Don't do with me that.
Come on, let's have a laugh.
Oh, aye, I'll have a laugh, all right.
Come on then.
Going that way, goat.
Traffic cops must be prepared for everything, including this.
On the move. Who on earth has got a goat in the middle of the Arborthorn? I've got it.
This time he's caught his
All right,
fugitive,
come on, all right.
made, as they say,
All
a
right.
collar.
Don't struggle. Have you got any string? Someone coming with some string? Come on off the road. Come on. Have you got... Is that lead be all right?
Yeah.
Hello there. You're a little beauty, aren't you? Probably just straight main flex will be all right. Hey, come on. Come on. It's all right.
PC Scothen is now making friends, not arrests.
Got it a little babby.
Oh, is it yours?
Yeah.
Right. OK. Well, that sorts that little job out anyway. We don't have to find an owner for it. It's a lovely little thing. What do you call him then?
Nelly.
Come on, hey. He's a lovely, isn't he? Nelly.
Organic lawnmower.
OK, I'll leave him with you then.
Cheers.
All right. Just as you think you're seeing everything, something else happens. Goat running around.
Scothen knows he's going to have to live this one down back at the Nick.
What do you call him? Nelly. What's him at Little Organic lawnmower. Tops.
Back in Rotherham, PC Horton isn't kidding. He's got his teeth into the salesman and he's not letting go.
I must apologise. I mean, it's my own inexperience on that.
Well, there's no way you should be allowing cars out on the road with letters or any form of writing or whatever across the front. Because you imagine what he's doing. He's driving down the road and he's got writing in front. It's distracting him. His eyes are going to be moving backwards and forwards. Every time he takes his eyes off the road, that's what's going to be focused on first. And that can take that long to have an accident.
I'll make
All
sure
right.
it doesn't happen again.
Has he rubbed it all off now?
Yes, I've taken off.
Right.
But I'll make sure that it doesn't happen again.
Right. Okie dokie.
Thank you very much
All
for
right.
your time.
See you later.
The salesman's got away with just a ticking off.
They were both to blame. 50% the driver, 50% the salesman. Unfortunately, the driver takes all the blame on this occasion because he's the one that gets fined.
Meanwhile, PC Scothen has given up the goat and resumed his search for kids who shouldn't be driving cars. And that means relying on your instincts.
You have a sixth sense and you can almost point out a car and you're thinking there's going to be a job in that. That person has either definitely got no insurance or the person's disqualified or shouldn't be driving. It's experience more than anything. That you see a car amongst a load of other vehicles driving down a busy road and you'll target it and you'll go for it.
Scothen's senses are working overtime today. The car on the roundabout has caught his eye. It's past its prime and has got 4 young lads in it. PC Scothen, although in a highly visible marked police car, will follow discreetly. Almost always, it's the nerve of the driver he's following which breaks first. Within a blink of an eye, the suspect car is away and nearly out of sight.
It says from Tango Romeo Charlie 2.
Scothen needs help.
It says from
Tango Romeo Charlie 2.
But there's a problem.
Tango Romeo Charlie 2.
His radio isn't working.
Tango Romeo Charlie 2.
He can't contact the control room at headquarters.
Tango Mike Charlie 2, do you receive?
The communication difficulties have been going on all day, and engineers are working on the problem.
That's from Tango Romeo Charlie 2.
But Scuthen's not entirely on his own. PC Horton has heard the radio transmissions and is on his way to help at top speed. He knows Scuthen might be in danger because he's alone.
I know he was single crewed. The operations room shouted him a couple of times and got no response. A, I was concerned for his welfare, and B, I needed to get there to assist in case he was on foot pursuit.
Scuthen's not on foot, he's still in his car chasing.
Tango Romeo Charlie 2.
But help is at hand, another motorist on a narrow road.
Tango Romeo Charlie 2.
The Joyriders aren't sure what to do. Two of the lads decide to leg it, knowing PC Scuthen's on his own.
It's quite difficult to find the driver in that situation, so I thought I got the person who was driving and he wanted to run, and I went immediately for him, took a beeline for him, rather than anybody else in the vehicle.
Get in that car. None of you move.
Scuthen's also worried about the driver in the other car.
Have they damaged your car?
And finding evidence which proves that his prisoners are not first-time car thieves. The discarded rubber surgical gloves are not what everyone wears to go driving.
They all knew that wearing gloves, there's no fingerprints within the cars, none on the outside, none on the windscreens, etc.
Sit in here. You two, if you move, you'll get the same treatment. Where's the car from? You found it, in there.
Scuthen has his kids under control. Some are underage and cannot be identified for legal reasons.
Says from Tango Romeo Charlie 4.
Scuthen is still having difficulty contacting HQ.
It says from Tango Romeo Charlie 4.
For technical reasons.
Tango Romeo Charlie 5 had a short pursuit. I wonder if you can get me some assistance, please. I'm on the small road that runs from Retford Road up towards Ulley. The vehicle's collided into some trees. I've got 3 detained, 1 outstanding, has done a run across fields.
It says XS2 all mobile.
At last he's got through. PC Horton is still on his way, worried.
When one traffic car gets involved in pursuit, every traffic car that's available will travel towards that pursuit. Steve got to me as fast as he possibly could.
PC Horton is concerned for Scuthen's safety. He's got prisoners and he's on his own.
He's got 3 detained and he's not been heard from.
Traffic mobile attendant Brooklyn Valley Road in Sheffield.
A new radio system has been installed, but there are still teething problems. Until it's sorted out, the traffic cops must sometimes rely on each other for backup.
It could have been quite naughty.
The kids he's caught think it's all a bit of a laugh. PC Scuthen doesn't.
I've just had a pursuit and you couldn't even hear me. And I've got 4 of them here and I'm on my own. And I'm not particularly pleased about it. Get them engineers out because, like I said, I've just had some right grief here.
PC Horton hasn't had any grief, but he's frustrated.
Sit on my bonnet. Yeah, have a sit on my bonnet instead of sitting on the floor.
Horton isn't going to save Scuthen from any danger, but he might be able to help resolve any uncertainty about who was driving the car.
Wrong button, mate.
That's what I'm wanting, yeah? Yeah. Alrighty. Stolen car.
Come with us.
Hey? Yeah. All 3. Right, I'm telling you 2 now, you're under arrest.
Passengers in a joyride usually get off more lightly than a driver, but everyone gets cuffed.
Can I get my keys out of the car?
Are they your car?
No, my keys in.
Well, hang on then. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put cuffs on you first.
So how come I got stuff to drive straight back to the door?
Oh. Well, we'll find out, won't we? It's not a problem. If you're not driving, you weren't driving. If you were, you were. You were the one that got out and started running.
Scuthen's now got to prove that the lad he thinks was behind the wheel actually was.
I think they've just said yes for...
Left the vehicle?
Yeah. It's a nicked car.
These people are just criminally minded. They don't start off by stealing the car. They'll probably start off by doing small crime, being in the back of a car at 14, 15 years old, and literally getting promoted through the gang to being the driver. And every criminal lad at that age wants to show how good they are at driving. And getting away from a police car is one way that they can show that.
We don't want me part of that.
Yeah.
if Rotherham taking, that's great. I'll get it here. It's Ford Orion.
This time, there's no getting away from the police or anyone else. All is not what it seems. Scuthan and Horton are reviewing the situation. The driver may not be the one Scuthan has arrested.
And has one come out from passenger side and sneaked out?
Well, two have come out at back, and when you look down here, passenger side's open. So what he's actually done is he's either climbed over at back, or he's got out in the bushes and gone back into the car to get out, because he gets out quite some time later, little lad who was run off, with glasses on. I mean, I thought the chase were over before it started when I saw Audi. Well, I'm wider than Orion, but I've managed to get through and not bury my car in edge. I suppose it's difference between a twocker and a traffic driver, I suppose.
Well, no, because you're one of the fastest and safest drivers in the country, mate.
The traffic cops have realised that they have twockers on their hands. Kids who don't really know how to drive and who have taken a car without consent. A twocker.
It is a street term, but it derives from that, and it involves, obviously, joyriding the car, but not intending to keep that car, whereas theft is they tend to steal the car and tend to do something with it, not let the owner have it back.
In the past 6 months, 20,000 cars were either broken into, stolen or taken without the owner's consent in South Yorkshire. While PC Horton takes the prisoners away, PC Scuthan can now interview and comfort the people in the car that inadvertently helped him.
We really got away, didn't we?
I know, yeah.
I missed us.
I don't know, I missed you.
No, I know, that's what I was thinking of.
That was wider than him.
A bit wider, huh?
He slightly misjudged it, I don't think he did.
Yeah, I think it was the width of my car that stopped me to take it the same route, because...
We were well over.
Yeah. Well, they're still travelling, so... I'll just quickly take your name, obviously, at driver, that'll do. Just name and address, and then... Did you get to see driver?
Yeah, now.
A few miles away in the centre of Rotherham, PC Horton is booking in one of the lads who leapt out of the crashed stolen car, a 16-year-old twocker.
He's arrested him for twat.
You've been arrested for taking a motor vehicle without the owner's authority. Do you understand that? You're going to be detained on these premises so we can secure and preserve evidence.
The teenagers who are in custody are going to be searched. They still think it's all a big joke.
See what I mean?
But one of the kids in the car is still missing, on the run. PC Scuthan now has the support of the local dog unit.
Oh, he's a beauty, Simone. I've never seen him before. Is it he or she?
Yeah, it's him.
Dog handlers take dogs over every obstacle.
The chances of finding the runaway boy are slim. At the police station, PC Horton's patience is wearing thin.
Pick them up, because I'm certainly not picking them up.
But not his sense of humour.
Coppers still got a sense of humour. Always. Can I leave them with you? Yes. It's a for him when he comes in.
Horton has had enough.
Do you want anybody to know that you're on the premises?
The 18-year-old twocker, the one the cops believe was the driver, wants to see his lawyer. PC Scuthan has also had enough of animals. The dog hasn't found his runaway kid, and news of his escapade with the goat has got out.
Goats and horses.
Don't talk to me about goats.
In that field.
There
were goats in field.
We've had goats today already. We had goats on Arborthorne, loose. So it's been a goat day today.
For the traffic cops, the day shift is coming to an end. As the day turns into night, their job changes. Officers like PC Horton must now deal with pedestrians as well as drivers. The work rate increases to around 100 incidents an hour. In quite a large way, drinking and drugs are involved.
Alcohol obviously plays a big part on the night shift, and it can come in all forms.
This time it's a driver, a taxi driver and two women who've been drinking and don't want to pay their fare.
Actually going to the cop station.
No, I'm not. He wanted me to show it me. My tits to him, never been.
Right, have you got any money?
No, it's not that.
I have. How much money you got on you?
Drop us at police station though.
Right, how much money is it?
It's £6.10, £6.
Have you got £6.10?
Have a phone. For him.
This is not what traffic cops are paid for.
My first thought was, this is trouble. Yeah, I wish they'd gone the other way, to be quite honest.
Right, we were gonna. No, are you going? Listen, give it. I'm not giving him nothing.
This is something the taxi driver is used to.
We don't get it much,
Yeah, you from me.
now and then, 1 in 10 or something.
Forget about it. Get your money out.
I was going to the police station at Atticliffe. I've stopped and using it, but you didn't want to pay. So that's why I was going to Atticliffe police station. Drop you up there.
A trivial incident is now becoming a major problem, despite PC Horton's best efforts.
It could have been sorted there and then, but they weren't having it at all. So they obviously had to be arrested and taken to the police station.
It's getting busy at Rotherham Main Street Police Station. The lawyer for the lad who PC Scothen thinks was driving the stolen car he chased down the lane has arrived. She wants video proof that it was him.
This is probably why it's better to show you here and now and not rather than do an interview, because it's nightmare technology, isn't it? Just stop it there.
Is that him? Yeah, it is actually.
Case closed.
Okay, that's fine. So you happy with that?
Scothen isn't finished yet. This kid has sinned before, and he will again.
I've dealt with you before, haven't I? Moss Way, when there were a car in a Rover, you ended up putting it back a Stradbroke. Now you've changed a bit since then, you've grown a bit. We'll see you in a sec. I actually said to him in the custody area, this is not going to be the last time I'm going to see you like this, and he said, no, it's not. I'm going to steal more cars.
PC Horton's having a rough time. The 2 women he's arrested for not paying their taxi fare are giving him grief.
So you are, believe.
I don't care who you believe.
I believe him, not you.
I'm not bothered who you believe.
That's why you're in custody and he's not.
I'm not bothered who you believe. It don't really matter to me who you believe.
It don't now. At the end of the day, it'll not be him that spend it needs it sells, it'll be you.
I don't care. I know.
Possible racist comments are being made.
And they can get away with it.
Who's they? Who's they? Go on, who's they?
I don't have to listen to that.
Exactly, because you don't want to say it, do you? Because it's you that's racist at the end of the day, not him. You.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that right?
It is,
Is that why they treat white women like they do?
Is that who's they? So you won't say who's they is, will you? No.
They'd obviously got some issues with the taxi driver and his race. A lot of that is fueled by the drink. But yeah, they were nasty, they were aggressive, and they obviously thought that they'd got nothing to answer. The larger one of the 2 I thought was going to be more of a handful.
In here. Sit down. In here. Come on. In here. I'm fucking scared of you.
But she was quite a hefty woman, and I think she could have packed quite a punch had she wanted to. He was quite happy for them to pay him the money. Had they still paid the money whilst in the police station, I think the custody sergeant would have accepted that, paid the money and released him.
The women won't pay the fare, and PC Horton needs the taxi driver to press charges. But just when you think it's safe to end your shift and go home, another taxi problem draws up, right outside the police station.
I was actually in the process of taking the statement at the side of the police station, and another taxi pulled up, and he was having problems with 2 of his customers.
PC Horton to the rescue once again.
What are you saying? You're refusing to take him?
Why?
Right.
Why?
Give me a reason.
Tell him why.
Hang on.
No, tell me why.
Just give me your reason now. Just give me 2 seconds.
I'd like to know
Just
why.
give me 2 seconds, lads. Hang on.
Why?
Hang on, let me just finish. Hang on. I'm not having that. Hang on then. Hang on. Just hang on. Fair enough.
And racism is also in play.
He's not saying that he's not taking you because you're white. He's saying he's not taking you because you're drunk and you're unfortunately.
I'm not drunk, no.
Well, that's what that's.
I've got a breath test in here.
Well, I have, but at the end of the day, it's.
I'll take a breath test.
But hang on.
Whilst he was there, he was only causing conflict. They were arguing with him, he was arguing with them. So remove part of the conflict, allow him to go.
This time, the taxi driver has had enough.
Excuse me.
In fact, your badge number.
He's off. The women who refused to pay their £6 and 10p taxi fare spent the night in the cells and were released after accepting a police caution. The twackers who ran from the white Nissan have not been caught, yet. The car salesman who was responsible for his potential buyer driving a car with writing on the windscreen paid his customer's fine. The kid arrested by PC Scothen for driving the car down the lane which crashed into a hedge received a 6-month detention order. His mates were banned from driving for 12 months. The kid who ran away was never identified. And Nellie, apprehended by PC Scothen, has not wandered the streets of Sheffield since.